Nah, homegirl's planning something. I know her too well to know that she's scheming something. But do I know her? Yes, I do. Oh, Golia. Hi. The bartender, previously bored to death, quickly latched onto me. I see you aren't alone. A new girl every day. My respect. He'd be a great guy if only he didn't talk so much. I whispered to Kagome, but she smiled cutely in response. She sat as far away as possible from the bar. I ordered a cola while she got an herbal tea. Thought you'd get a beer. Who do you think I am? It's like 3 in the afternoon. Yeah, right. How'd she even know I like to drink? Oh. 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 Yeah. Oh. Now it's getting real creepy. Like, wait, how did you know he was an alcoholic? How would she know that, huh? Because this isn't the timeline where she lives with him. This is the timeline where he ends up drinking. I mean, this is the timeline where he gets really fucking drunk with Ed. I think. No, that's the Himitsu Catherine route. Shit. I don't think he's ever, like, gotten drunk in front of Kagome. Not at this point. I mean, she's... You a stalker, Kagome? You on stalker mode? After getting our drinks, we spent some time sitting quietly, looking in different directions. Finally, Kagome broke the silence. Is everything going well with you and Kobayashi? Why are you asking? Don't know. From outside, it seems like... Seems like what? Call it feminine intuition. And what's your feminine intuition telling you? Nico-san, I'm not trying to stand between you two. Then what are you doing? Nico-san, believe it or not, but I really am worried about you. Worried? And? Do you think Ellie isn't a good match for me? I didn't say that. Right, you didn't say anything. I scoffed and regretted not actually ordering a beer. The entire conversation seemed unnatural, and I could barely understand what I was doing here. Nico-san, you can always count on me. She raised her hand as if intending to touch my face, but stopped at the last moment and smiled apologetically. It was becoming more and more obvious that Kagome had feelings for me. Or at least that she was trying to show them as hard as she could. Look, I don't want to offend you, but I've already got a girlfriend. And do you love her? She asked without blinking an eye. Love? Money? Rock and roll? I repeated as if trying to remember the meaning of the word. Worst of all, there was no answer to the question that would satisfy me. Somehow I couldn't even force out a decent lie. I'm happy with our relationship. Nico-san, don't you see that she's using you? Using me how? I asked with surprise. Kagome just shrugged and took a sip. Trying to get something out of her system? Are you into psychology? Only the applied kind. To be honest, I had thought on occasion that Ellie only saw me as a convenient way to satisfy her needs, rather than an actual person. Needs like security, love, intimacy, passion, or whatever else. But of course, I couldn't confess that to Iwamura. That's all very interesting, but I have to go. I took out my wallet and dropped a big bill on the table, simultaneously giving the bartender a wink. My treat. I don't want to see Iwamura anymore today. Just the idea of her was suddenly painful to me. Her face alone already brought to mind unpleasant thoughts, which led to doubts and caused a torturous dissonance between reality and what I wanted to believe. I guess in a similar way, people run away from their alcohol dependency, family issues, and the sense of guilt for the crimes they've committed. Seems like it's going to be a nice night. Kagome walked out of the bar after me, stood behind me, stretching and letting out a cute moan. Jesus, don't you have to go home? What about your restaurant? I'm already leaving, Nico-san. Is all she managed to say? God fucking damn it! Somehow I expected it, but I'm still pissed. I expected it and I'm still pissed. Oh, motherfuck. Is all she managed to say when Ellie appeared from around the corner. Neck? The first moment of surprise in her face was already giving way to anger. Oh hi, what brought you here? I just left the karaoke place. It's close by. What are you doing here though? With Iwamura-san. She added in a threateningly low voice. Kobayashi-san, I just happened to come across Nika-san, and he invited me to spend some time with him at that bar. The last sentence was clearly unnecessary. Oh, he invited you. How nice of him. In this situation, I couldn't bring myself to chastise Ellie for being angry. I didn't feel guilty, but at the same time I felt ashamed, like a child being punished for something he didn't understand. Ellie, I understand. There's no need for excuses. First you have lunch together, now you're hitting bars. Kobayashi-san, you're exaggerating. We're just friends. Ah, you're already friends! She flung her arms up in the air and smirked powerlessly. Yes, what's wrong with that? Nothing! Kobayashi-san, it's not like Nico-san is your property. Property? Nobody's talking about property. He's just... Her face showed intense internal strain. Capable of choosing his friends. I mean... shit. Kagome, you're not wrong. You definitely have ulterior motives, but you're not wrong. You know, there's the stereotype of like the toxic boyfriend who tells their girlfriends like you can't be friends with other guys. No way. Guys and girls can't be friends. But it's like, that toxic trait, it goes the other way. Like, hey, you can't be telling if you had a boyfriend, you can't be like you can't have female friends. What? What if you end up fucking them? You can't have female friends. What's wrong with you? Like, nah, she right. If you want to have female fans, have female friends, alright? If you're a loyal person, you're going to be a loyal person regardless of what friends you have by your side. Like, she may got ulterior motives, but Kagome's spitting mad facts here. I know this is supposed to be Ellie's route, but I'm still just like, yeah, go off, Kagome, tell him what's up. Right, Nico-san. I was caught between the rock and a hard place, and I didn't know what to do. Well, when life gets hard, you just get harder. I mean, I was supposed to be taking Ellie's side, but I couldn't persuade myself that she was right. Exactly! My dilemma. Like, yeah, this is Ellie's route. We're supposed to be pro-Ellie, but like, Kagome's not wrong. After all, it's not like I was interrogating her about who'd she gone to with karaoke with, and why. Ellie, we really did meet on pure accident. And just couldn't part ways. Sorry, but I don't have to tell you about every single person I talk to who isn't you. You don't have to, she said, embarrassed, pressed her lips together. Of course you don't. I'm just worried about you. But if it wasn't me Nico-san was talking to, everything would be fine. Kagome smirked. How do you... Ellie gritted her teeth but managed to hold back. Couldn't understand why she hated Iwamoto so much. And it clearly wasn't just trivial jealousy. Girls, don't fight. I tried to somehow calm them down, but it didn't quite work. Neck, if you want to spend more time with her, be my guest, so what do I care? Ellie raised her nose, turned around, and prepared to leave. Jesus Christ, wait! I grabbed her hand. At the same moment, I caught Kagome's gaze on me. Not the most pleasant of situations. Look, I don't want to be rude, but it's time for you to go. I addressed Iwamoto. No, thanks for the tea, Nico-san. Kobayashi-san. She squinted slightly and finally left. I released Ellie's hand and it hung powerlessly against her body. Here, see? Not that I knew what she was supposed to see exactly. Ellie's behavior didn't make much logical sense, but emotionally it was fairly coherent. And the best solution right now would be to assure of my eternal love. Except I couldn't bring myself to. Are you happy now? I am. Ellie finally turned to me, her face devoid of any expression. I don't know what's on Iwamoto's mind, but I don't enjoy her advances any more than you. Do you? You look pretty happy at lunch. Because it was tasty. You tried it yourself. Fine, Nick. I understand. She said phlegmatically. Ah, you bring it back phlegmatically. Yo, I haven't heard that one in a hot minute. I see. I couldn't escape it, could I? What do you understand? Everything. I have to go. There's a lot of homework to do. Homework? I don't remember it ever bothering you. I mean, Ellie usually did her homework when she found the time, but I couldn't say she cared much beyond that. I suppose Iwamoto is a straight-A student? How the hell would I know? I just don't want to lag behind. Ciao. I'll forget about the rehearsal tomorrow. This time I didn't stop her, tired of arguing about each and every one of her stupid ideas. She'll probably come to her senses and apologize tomorrow. She's not going to. No shot. But I still felt somewhat uneasy. You should. Couldn't get Ellie's upset, arrogant expression out of my mind. It was the look of a model in a beauty pageant, having taken second place, now sitting in the dressing room. The camera was no longer directed at her. What would I think if I saw Ellie with a guy I didn't like? Knowing myself, I wouldn't like any guy I saw around her more than once. And this was Iwamoto we were talking about. But I couldn't influence Kagome's behavior, except maybe by telling her to fuck off. but that would only be indulging Ellie's whims. And what would be next? I felt more and more that I was willingly or unwillingly adapting my life, actions, even my thoughts to Ellie's wishes. I did everything to not offend her or spoil her mood. God, I'd become Himitsu. At first, I justified it by the need for Kobayashi-jun's protection. Then I tried to persuade myself that I liked the relationship, that I liked Ellie. No, I really did like Ellie a lot, but how much of it was love and how much was pity? I suddenly realized that in many ways, she suffered more than I did, more than anybody I knew. The drugs, the music, even her occasionally exaggerated love for me were evidence of that. Meanwhile, I had become stuck in this relationship long before I realized it. Now there was no way back. I spent the rest of the day at home, walking from one room to another with a book in my hands. I had to reread each paragraph several times to keep track of the story. This unrealization of the essence of my feelings towards Ellie was annoying me. What good was I as a savior if I couldn't even help myself? But Ellie loved me. At least she thought she did. Yeah, no, she claims it. She claims it. But she's done nothing to back that up. Like, there's no substance there. There's no substance, just fuck city, right? Like, yeah, like, Nick and Catherine, they were very sexually active, but at least the more you got into it, the more there's real emotions there, there's real caring there, there's a real connection there. But with Ellie, it's just like, it's fuck city. It's a reason for her to not be restrained under the restrictions of being the heiress to the company and whatnot. It's just an escape. There's no connection there. There's no love there. At least none that's being shown. Like, as far as I can tell, she's just a coked up rich girl. Which, yeah, no, that's good for a fling or two, but like, love? Shit. I've yet to be swayed. She trusted me. I don't even think she trusts you. I don't think it's just a trust thing. You're just like a plaything to her. I'd love to be proven wrong, but like, thus far, really the only vibes I'm getting is that she treats him like a plaything. And that when he doesn't do the things she wants him to do, all of a sudden, she doesn't want to play with him anymore. I don't like it. So who else if not I? Yeah. Interesting. Either way, the dinner with Kagome and the following conversation with Ellie gave Ellie reason enough to grow jealous. Even if I didn't believe I had done anything wrong, as a man, I had to apologize and somehow prove my words with action. Oh, you have to prove your words with action, but when you expect, her to reciprocate the same favor, it's, no. Fine. I have to. I'm a rock star. I want to fucking stuff my nose with 50 pounds of coke. It was a hard night. I seemed to be sleeping, but at the same time I could almost always see my room and the sunrise over Tokyo through the dream, hear the birds singing in the yard. In the end, I woke up in the morning with the feeling that someone had poured melted cast iron into my head and let it solidify. On the other hand, given my generally dull condition, the idea of a serious conversation with Ellie didn't scare me as much as it could. Once I got to school, I immediately went to her classroom, but Ellie was nowhere to be found. Classmate said that she has yet to show up today. I sat through my first class, but Ellie still hadn't appeared. Then the second one. Checked out the old music classroom, to no result. I was walking back in desperation, I met Takahito. Anna, Kinkun, good afternoon. Same to you. Have you by chance seen Ellie? Kobayashi-san? Aren't you two together? I couldn't understand whether she was mocking me or not, so I turned around and pointed at the empty corridor behind me. Does it look like she's around? I see. The local morality police officer smirked. You see what? That Kobayashi-san has finally come to her senses. She's not at school today. It's not a reason to draw far-fetched conclusions, you know. Indeed. Then where is she? Takedo straightened up arrogantly. She went to the doctor? And if you knew that all along, why are you looking for her? Oh, screw you. I moved away and passed by, giving the girl a threatening look. But I had nothing to accuse Takedo Toko of. All she did was turn my own words against me, albeit not without some gloating. Unfortunately, the simple knowledge that someone is right is rarely enough, and I felt a somewhat irrational antipathy toward her. Although, to be honest, I currently didn't need much of a reason to snap at anyone I met. Kyosuke seemed to have noticed that and decided not to interrogate me. I was sitting in the classroom and feverishly thinking about all the possible reasons for why Ellie hadn't come to school that day. Of course, health issues looked plausible enough. Even a hangover. My brain was constantly coming up with images of terrible events that would follow her absence. There was Kagamaru stuffing me into a trunk and bringing me to a forest. Can't imagine. There are people giving me a shovel and making me dig my own grave. What? Wild. Meanwhile, Kobayashi Jun was giving a dramatic speech of which I couldn't understand a word. Die like a man. Nick, are you alright? Huh? Kyosuke was standing over me looking concerned. Class ended 5 minutes ago, and you're still sitting here with a blank stare. From outside, I must have looked stupid, and that suddenly made me feel unbelievably disgusting, as if I'd ended up in the middle of the classroom with my pants off. So what? I shouted at him. I can't take my time to think anymore? You can, Nick. Damn, cool down. It's just not like you. What's like me then? I wanted to ask if you wanted to go to the cafeteria since Ellie-sama isn't at school today. And how do you know she isn't? I immediately got mad. Everybody knows. He smiled idiotically. Who's everybody? Nick, calm down. Michael walked up to us. I gave him an askew look, but still tried to get myself together. Fine. Never mind. Did you have a fight or what? No. Could one say that two people had a fight when one of them just got upset with another and didn't want to talk? My condolences. For what? I told you we didn't. Well, just in case. Kyosuke. Michael stopped him. Alright, shutting up. I don't know for how much longer I could bear with this tediousness if the bell didn't save me. Kagome was paying me no attention, as if the previous day had never happened. Finally, I decided to talk to her myself. Hi, do you want to tell me anything? Hello, Nico-san. She smiled at me, as if I just appeared in the classroom rather than having sat in the same room with her for the past 5 lessons. What do you want me to say? That I didn't know. All I could do at the moment was point fingers, although I'd always seen this activity, so dear to every Russian, as completely pointless. Why do you always create misunderstandings? Misunderstandings, Nico-san? You were talking about your feminine intuition. Put yourself in Ellie's shoes then. How would you react? She thought about it and smiled as if she'd found an answer to a question that had been bothering her for a long while. If I were her, Nico-san, I wouldn't get jealous over trivial stuff. Uh-huh. Gotcha. Alright. Yeah, no. I mean, that's where you know she's playing you because, oh, yeah, I know. You've never gotten jealous, have you, Kagome? Never once? Not even a little bit over something? No? Not even a little bit? No? I really wanted to ask her whether she'd fallen in love with me. But asking it here in the presence of the entire class was absolutely not an option. Are you so surprised by it, Nico-san? By what exactly? Instead of an answer, she made a face that was simultaneously telling me too much and not giving me anything to latch onto. You understand. I desperately wanted to finish this conversation, or even go back to the past and never have started it. Fine, forget it. I returned to my desk and barely managed to stay for the last class. If the mountain won't go to Muhammad, Ellie could skip school, but not rehearsal. I went to the studio with very mixed feelings. Iwamoto was giving me rather unambiguous hints, all but throwing herself at me. Perhaps in some other reality, I'd enjoy that much attention from a person of the opposite sex, but at the moment, Ellie was more than enough for me. Yeah, Kagome better. Moreover, I couldn't even say anything certain about Kagome. To some intent, I was sympathizing with her for sharing a common misfortune. On the other hand, her personality wasn't easy to deal with. But did I like her as a girl? Yes. When after a full course of 3 dishes you're offered dessert, it's hard to remain objective. I decided to put the Kagome question away until better times, and first deal with Ellie. Oh no. Oh no. Tokyo Riders displeased with me. Fuck. We fucked up, boys. Oh, we fucked up, boys. It's one thing to piss off Ishida, but Tokyo Rider? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ishida and Tokyo Rider were standing outside the studio. Hey guys. As soon as they saw me, their expressions grew grim. Nick, you came. Ishida seemed surprised. Well, yeah, of course, we have rehearsal today. Yeah, about that. He looked away apologetically. Al said we're going to get a new bass player. Another one. Tokyo Rider remarked with a dumb grin. What? Nick, sorry. Is this a joke? I can't believe I was really hearing that from him. We literally just found out a second ago. And you didn't say anything to her? What could we say? Ishida exclaimed. You know that the entire band is built around Elle? And if not for her, at least let me talk to her. She doesn't want to talk with you. Why don't you let me and her sort that out? Took a step forward, but they moved to block my way. Yeah, that wouldn't be a fair fight. Also, we're not going to swing on Tokyo Rider. What, if I try to pass, we'll fight? I smirked unsurely. Nick, don't push it. Damn it, I thought we were friends. It's not our decision. You should have an opinion, shouldn't you? Do you really agree with this? We know not what's on the young maiden's mind. Nick, I tried to talk to her. And? She didn't explain anything. And you're fine with that? No, but what else do you expect me to do? Trying to see any way I could get past them to the doors of the studio, but quickly realized it was a bad idea. Well, yeah, Matsuyoshi's in there too. Like, why are you protecting her like this? You aren't her bodyguards? She asked us not to let you in. And what if she asked you to throw a man to Tokyo Bay? Tokyo Rider only smirked idiotically again in response. Guys, really? Sorry, Nick. Ishida said in a firmer tone. I realized there was nothing else I could do here. And here's the new bass player. An old guy. He isn't old. In his early 30s, maybe. But he's a virtuoso. Right, can't argue with that. A virtuoso, huh? You can quickly replace the guitar by buying a new one at a music shop. I heard anything about a store that sells bass players in Tokyo. You were surprised too. No idea where Ellie found someone like him. It was hard for me to understand and accept the reasons behind their actions, but it was foolish to blame the guys. Who was I and who was Ellie to them? Besides, I couldn't forget about the Japanese mindset. The decisions of your superiors are indisputable, even if they seem strange. I never thought it'd end like this. Now I get so down, maybe she'll change her mind tomorrow. Right, sure. You know that she can act on emotions sometimes. Do you believe that yourself? Ishida just averted his gaze, embarrassed. What came over her? Well, you should know better. In terms of music, we've had no problems with you. In terms of music. I repeated, miffed. So if Ellie kicked me out of the band, our relationship was over too. What about the rest? Maybe you could let me pass after all? I need to talk to her. Sorry, Nick. Ishida stuck to his guns. You two would be better off talking tomorrow at school. Sure, if she shows up. Why not drop by her place when she cools down a bit? By her place? The mere thought that I could come face to face with Kobayashi Jun again terrified me. We'll see. Well then. I turned around and walked away from the studio that had already begun to become a second home to me.